Hello and welcome back. And the lighting is a bit strange in here. I'm actually just going to turn this light off. That probably makes it just a little bit better. It's because the sun is outside and I'm not quite sure I need as many lights as I had on. I actually don't think there's anybody here, so I'm just going to press on because some people will watch it back. And I'm going to make a prediction. I think people are not coming in because I just am having so many problems with this, emotionally and mentally as well as anything else. And I've made a decision not to take part, but just to allow the game to control things. I'm going to actually have 3 ways of playing. So we're going to stay with this tactic. I know this tactic. I've tried it out over 3 years of playing FM. I know it works, but then we're going to play in 3 different ways. In difficult games, we'll play balanced, and we will start the games with a higher line. It seems to me the team, in terms of familiarity, they like the higher line, the higher press. So we will do that. And if we are holding on to a lead, we'll go into a low block, we'll lower the lines and try and hold on to it. If we are chasing it, we will push more bodies forward. We will change the mentality up. And that's pretty much how I'm going to play it. We're just going to, I'm not going to do any in-game management. We're just going to allow the game to do what the game is doing, because it does seem that I have very little control over what's going on. And I'm not going to waste time and energy trying to thank you, Suspect. It works. It's worked over FM22 where I first thought of it. FM23 it still worked, and FM24 during my journeyman it was absolutely outstanding. It just keeps working. But it's not working in this save. Not at the moment. We started with it, went very well for the first couple of seasons, and nothing works now. So that's how we're going to play. And I'm going to make a prediction here that we are going to finish either 13th or 14th in the league. That's my prediction. And you can call me out if I get it wrong at the end of the season. We are also going to get to probably the quarterfinals, maybe the semi-finals of the Europa League. We will get to the semi-finals or quarterfinals of one of the cup competitions, but not both. And that's my prediction. And I'm pretty certain it's going to be spot on, exactly the same as last season. What I don't want to happen is that we win a cup final again, which puts us back into Europe next season. That's what I don't want to happen. So that's basically it. Finish 13th or 14th, and we will get to quarterfinals, I'm guessing, of the Europa League, and semi-finals of one of the cup competitions, and be knocked out early in the other one. And if I'm right, then I'm right. But if I'm wrong, you can call me out on it, because I'm beginning to see that this save is just totally loaded, and it's doing what it wants to do. The fact that I have had so many strange things happen, which are exactly the same as what has happened in a previous save when I started with Notts County. It's just weird that it's actually doing exactly the same. I need to check. I am going to do this and allow the assistant to recheck his instructions, but I'm not going to add to them. Let's G them up a little bit. See if we can make any difference. I'm not expecting to win this game, even if I was controlling it. I wouldn't expect to go into this game and win it. It's the Carabao Cup, 4th round, I believe, against Newcastle, and would not be expecting to win this. So we shall hopefully get knocked out of the Carabao Cup at this stage, because I just simply do not want to win a cup final, which has been happening fairly consistently, which puts me back into Europe again when I actually don't have a team capable of playing in Europe. So if we get knocked out, it's not a big deal. We are the home team here, and I guess I should be playing positive, but I'm playing balanced because I don't expect to win it, and so I have to balance out defensive responsibility with the attacking responsibility. We are very poor. I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. We are getting a major injury every game at the moment, and I don't know what's going on. I just lost my young wonder kid DLP for 5 months in the last game. It's becoming a little tedious. It's like, what is this game trying to do? I've had so many job interviews. It's quite weird that I've had so many job interviews from like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester United were very interested. I was actually favourite for the Bayern Munich job, favourite for the Manchester City job, and favourite to get the Real Madrid job, which I've turned down, of course, because this is about Ipswich. And why would they want to employ somebody who can't win football matches? The whole thing just doesn't add up. It's really quite strange, and that's not a good sign. We are the world champions at hitting the woodwork, and when we hit the woodwork, we generally lose the game. So that's definitely not a good sign that we've hit the post almost immediately in this game. So we'll just play this out and see what happens. They are like playing with wingers, and really I should, if I was sticking to my philosophy, I should play with a standard line. But I'm not sticking with my philosophy, and the game can just do what it likes. And this really is a good sign, because as I said, I do not want to win a cup final. And that's happened in the last 2 seasons. which has meant that we have to go back into Europe again. And I think this squad could do much better if they didn't have an extra 14 games or whatever it is at the end of the day. So going out of cup competitions is good. But if I go out of the Caribou Cup, then it probably means that I'm going to get to the FA Cup final again. We had a dreadful season last year, and we still won the FA Cup final. We beat Manchester United in the FA Cup final. And I just really don't know what to do about this. And there you go. So we are going to lose this one because we are the world champions at hitting the woodwork. I think my coaches are just actually, when they're doing training, they're just practicing if they can hit the bar or the post, because the amount of times that happens is just scary. They're either extremely accurate and their players are winding me up, or there's something fishy going on. And it's been like that for 2 seasons. We just hit the bar so many times, and generally it does mean that we're going to lose. When we hit the bar early, we're going to lose. Good evening, Neil. How are you doing? So I want this to pass by a little bit quicker. I think I can up the speed of this, match speed between highlights. I can up this a little bit now, because I'm not looking at it. And it was down there because I was actually looking at it. But now I'm not taking any notice of it. We can just move on season after season until this game relents. Yeah, why not? Let's go and say that. Valesco's not happy. Now he's happy. I can't believe, though, that I've got another long-term injury. I mean, what have I got to do? Do I have to pay someone at SI to stop these injuries that I'm getting? I wouldn't mind if they were 1 to 3 day injuries, but they're 3 months and 5 months. All sorts of rubbish. And well, I don't know what happened there, but oh yeah. I do have to, at this point, go and do just let him reset that. Come on, Newcastle, you've got this. You can do this. Dump us out of the cup. And, do not let us get an equaliser and go through to the next round. I mean, we have given them a game, but unfortunately we've been too accurate in terms of hitting the woodwork. Now, I need to make attacking changes here because we are going to chase the game. And Valesco has not been happy since the start of the game, so I guess we have to think about losing him. And I might put Arribas out there and play Franco in the middle. I'm not quite sure what he's put on the bench, but Finkgraf is not playing very well, but I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar I don't have a left back on the bench, and I don't. Oh, but Atom can play left back. He's not very good at that, so what we might do is put Atom as the inverted fullback, and then I'm going to bring on Garosibal and play him as the wing back on attack. I can do it that way. And that will probably work. A bit concerned about that. But we shall see. Dominguez, Utara is not playing very well. But I'm also willing to bet we haven't got a right winger here. So Arribas can come on there. So interesting that the 2 positions that were really bad were the 2 I didn't have substitutes for. I don't know if you find that interesting, but I've always found that interesting. And Badgertich can come on instead of Grenbach, who's been awful. And Utara needs to come off now. This is a disaster. I'm going to have to switch those back. Utara's going to have to go on. And Dominguez can come on. So there you go. Those are the changes. I don't really have an option to make attacking changes, but we've done the best we can. We'll see what happens. I should have checked the bench before. I mean, I let him like alter the bench and never checked it. And if you don't have a left back replacement, you can guarantee that your left back's getting injured or he's going to have an absolute shocker. And there were two positions I didn't really have cover for. And interesting that we've had all the match momentum, which is, we've had all the possession, we've had all the match momentum, and that's pretty much how it goes. We are the better team all the time, and we just keep... I'm not going to tell them off. I'm just going to say that sometimes the result doesn't go the way we want to. I keep telling them off because my assistant keeps telling me to tell them that they're rubbish. So, which they are. And 3 to 6 weeks. Lovely. So we have another player injured. I just got to hope that we can get some back one day. And I think we probably... I need to look at the schedule, actually. We're in a good run, as you can see. And I still think, though, that the game will keep me in 13th or 14th. No matter what happens, the game is determined to get its way, and it will keep me here. Absolutely no doubt about that. Even if I just went on holiday, that's where I'd finish. So I think we have a game coming up in a few days. So let's rest them. Not quite sure why they are not tired. Oh, it's just scattered the players around, hasn't it? That's why. Oh. One of the interesting things was that I went to the interview for Real Madrid and I went to the interview for Bayern Munich. I had no intention of accepting the job. I was offered both jobs. But in the interview, one of the questions in both interviews was that you have a couple of players who are in your dressing room who are dragging down morale. Would there be any chance of that happening here? Or what do you intend to do to make sure that doesn't happen here? And so I kind of like wonder, is that the issue? And I don't know who they are. Yes, we are hoping to conclude some deals. I've got 50 million. We've made a bid for a left winger who's a pretty decent player, but Barcelona have just made an offer for him as well. And he was dubious when he did the contract. And now that Barcelona have come in, I doubt whether we're going to sign him. So, I'm going to try and figure out. I have to do that now, actually. Could go 3 at the back if I get another centre-back. But going through these is one of the most painful things ever. It's like... And you're probably looking on thinking, oh my God, do we have to go through all this? One of the things that I was thinking about was getting in a right back. But my scouts haven't found anyone. This guy, I think, has already been sold. Yeah, he went to Crystal Palace on a free. So he's already gone. and he's probably not what I'm looking for anyway. So unless I go through all these things, let's look at it in terms of ability. This is someone I have been looking at. 53 million. And if the deal falls through, are these just red herrings? One of my theories has been that I just have to allow this team to play together, and eventually they will learn to play together. If this deal falls through, then we keep the 70 million and we can just spend it in the winter. My scouts can keep looking and we just spend it in the winter. I really don't know what to do. My plan was not to buy any players to keep the team together. But I didn't want to be in Europe. Why is it saying you've been active in this window? No, I haven't. Because I've made 2 signings. That's it. Renault, and I had to Rualt. And I had to have Renault, and I had to sign a defender because we were short, so I had to. And then Utara came in on a free. So I have not been active in the window. I have been very quiet in the window, but there's no. I don't want to bother with that. It just upsets the players. And I'm just going to look at the data hub for West Ham. Control possession. We should play with a high line. We are at home, so I'm going to play positive. We should beat West Ham. But the way we're playing, we're not going to. I will have a look at his team, but I think I should take over team selection. And we'll just go through this. The transfer window is about to close today. So if we can bring in that winger, that will be good. I suspect we won't. He'll go to Barcelona, then we won't spend any money. I'll balance the books in terms of wages, and we'll have 70 million to spend when the winter comes around. And we might have found a player in that time. So I will take part because we have a player who we might possibly sign. Samedic. It will depend on whether or not we bring in the winger. If we don't bring in the winger, who is Goddard? I think he could probably go, but this is to buy him. I don't want to sell a young player for that silly money. Should I buy Samedic? He's a good centre mid. We are having problems with midfield because of injuries. But the way I look at it is that FM will always give you a team to put out. No matter how bad they are, it will always leave you with a team. It's not going to injure your entire team. So you have to start messing and postponing fixtures. It will always give you a team. And that's what I have to go on. But if I spend 53 million on this guy, and it's probably going to be more than that. I'm going to need the whole 72 million. So I'm not going to do it. The game's trying to draw me into things that I don't want to be drawn into. I didn't make... He's going to sign, so we have bought this boy. So we'll see how much money we've got left. I would love to sign a fullback, a right wing back, but unfortunately we're not going to have suggestions coming in. I think I'm happy to sign this left winger. As I explained in the last episode, I don't have someone who I'd think about, yeah, he's my left winger. I have a number of players who can play there, but I don't actually have someone I'd actually just pop in there as the left winger. I do with the right wingers. Fanguero's under 21, isn't he? He's this young little playmaker who's classed as a wonder kid. And I brought him in basically because he was cheap, and he's just like 20 years old, and he's got almost the right attributes for me. He was improving so much, and now he's got injured for 5 months. He's actually improving. His fitness is improving very quick. It's only 2 months now. So I brought him in to do the DLP job, and then he got that injury. So what am I not doing right? I can only have 21, can I? So if I add another trained in the nation or trained at the club, I'll probably get away with it. Oh, this is for Europe, is it? This must be for Europe. So I've got to leave somebody out. And it would be handy if I could leave out, if I knew who the players were causing the problems, then I could leave out. I can't see anyone I can leave out, to be honest. Without causing major headaches. I could leave Atom out, couldn't I? No, he's homegrown. I do not like this at all. It's part of the game I really don't like. Can take sometimes hours to fathom this out. Oh my goodness me, Marin is the one. He's up for sale. So that must have been the Europa League registration. So we have brought that winger in. It still means that we've got some money left. We'll adjust the budget now. We need 2175. So it's not much of an adjustment. So we'll just bring that to... That'll do. Which does mean that we still have 47 million left in the kitty. Now I do want to sell Marin at some point, and hopefully he will be sold very soon. In the next couple of windows. It does take me about 3 windows to sell players. Alan was one that took 3 transfer windows before he finally got sold. Good player, who there was no reason why he wouldn't be sold. He wasn't on high wages. In fact, it was just I just couldn't work it out why. But we are moving on. I'm not planning to make any more signings in this transfer deadline day. It's way past the time needed for the paperwork now anyway. I do need to sort out, just to make sure that we have registration right for this one. Well, I was for the Premier League, so I'm actually short on... Only allowed 21 out of 25 because I'm 1 over. Seems a bit harsh. Okay, but that's the rules, I guess. But we could comfortably leave Marin out. He is probably going to... If he complains, he's going into the reserves. I don't need him. As long as I can stay injury-free. Which I doubt whether I'm going to do. We got to put an end to this run that we're in. But like I said, it will come to an end, and I'm not taking part in any in-game management because it's... I just recently finished the game for Aston Villa as well. It was an absolutely perfect game plan. And it worked absolutely perfectly. Oh, well, whatever. Absolutely perfect. He could be one of the players that is a problem. He's constantly not training. So Dominguez could be one of the players that Bayern Munich were referring to. He doesn't train ever. And another one. Ooh, they're just... I don't know what's going on with them. 6.25 is not good training, and they're so nasty about it, and I'm just not even going to bother telling them off anymore. Morale is really bad. So we've made 3 signings. He's under 21, isn't he? Silva's under 21. So I think we're good to go. Is he under 21 as well? Yeah, he's 20, isn't he? So he doesn't need to be registered. So we're good to go. And this is we'll do the same for the Europe one. So Meslier Neves is under 21. And you can guarantee now that Meslier will get injured. Absolutely guarantee it. Because Stankovic isn't selected. You can absolutely guarantee that. He doesn't need to be registered. Silva, is he under 21? Yeah. Winkler's under 21. I think we'll get away with that. I'm hoping that in Europe the under 21s are allowed to play. If not, then I don't have a striker. I have Valesco, I think, who can play there. I agree with his back line. Absolutely agree with that. So Rualt can come back. I think, though, he likes to play on the right-hand side. No, it's Diamonde is left. Oh, he's right, actually, so that works out. I agree, actually, with the backline, Mane and Tiemann. That would make sense. And it does seem to me that Mane is going to take that role. I'd love to get in a good wing back, but My scouts, unfortunately, are a bit lazy. They're not finding. Hey, Cameron, how are you doing? And Timon can come in. He's had a rest, Timon, so he can come in and play there. Dominguez, Allende, and Gomez. I'm not actually opposed to that either. Whoops. Dominguez has to get some game time. João Gomez back into the team. Allende or Arribas? Much of a muchness. He has been rested, so he's probably right on that one. And Franco Newerton. He wants to play Newerton from the get-go. Franco Newerton and Winkler. Okay, I'll trust him on that, but I won't trust him with the bench. Since we have Silva out injured now. He probably is the best player that I have in the team, Master Wayno at the moment, but nobody is showing it. No player is actually showing, yeah, I'm a good player. So I kind of agree with him, and then we will sort out a proper bench. So I will have Finkgraf and Missouri. So Finkgraf, Missouri, and Atom, Chieta, and who are they? Chieta, Grenbach, Arribas on the wing, Valesco as the spare forward, and then the right winger. So we have a decent bench as well. At some point the game will let me win a couple, and we just got to wait for that to happen. But I also know the game will keep me around 13th or 14th. And I do challenge you guys, if you are here and you're here at the end of the season and I don't finish in 13th or 14th, then call me out on it. But if I do finish in 13th or 14th, I'm going to call the game out. And if I do get to the quarterfinals or the semi-final of the Europa League, I'm going to call the game out. Because I shouldn't be able to predict what is going to happen. And I'm finding it quite easy to predict what's going to happen at the moment. And if you look at it, the teams below us have all actually lost. So there's every chance we're going to lose this game. Because the teams below us have already lost. So the game is just going to have the teams below me lose when I lose. But when I win, they'll pick up draws. Or that's exactly what it did last season. So that it could keep me in 13th or 14th place. And it's becoming a little tedious. And he's okay to play. Scott not ready yet. No, positive at home. That's the way I've decided to play, and we should give West Ham a game. I'm happy with that team. Team are happy. The meeting went well. I'm okay, actually, Cameron. Thanks for asking. Just intent on ploughing through this. Kagri, how are you doing? They didn't actually. The tests, not ideal, but I kind of knew deep down what the outcome was going to be. It does, I think the results suggest that I probably do need surgery on both my elbows, which would be a bit of a blow. But hey ho. It's kind of what I expected, but I was also hoping that the doctor had made a mistake and the tests would suggest that it's not as bad. But the neurophysiologist who did the testing, he did say to me, I don't make the decisions, but there's things that are not right there. I keep saying that, and it doesn't seem to work. So we'll appeal to their sense of the fans. But West Ham, I very rarely beat West Ham in FM, and that's why I choose West Ham as my beta save, always, because I very rarely beat West Ham. It's like a 1 in 10 chance of beating West Ham, and I don't know why that should be. Like they have got the real Indian sign on me. But you never know, this might be the one and we've scored, but that doesn't matter because there's still loads of time left. Weird thing I learned last Thursday was that bumblebees are soft. Did you get stung? I've actually never come into contact with one. Actually, bee stings scare me a great deal. They really scare me. That's good news that he's gone down. Now we'll go back to just check with the assistant. I'm going to do more of this than actually in-game management myself. It just knocked against you. So they're quite soft, are they? You're lucky it didn't sting you. But I guess you didn't go into panic, Agri, did you? If you go into panic, they're going to sting you. Without a doubt. So looking at possession, we've had pretty much most of the possession. It's kind of even, I guess, but we've just edged it. I've tried playing them with shorter passing and a lower tempo, but they don't like it. They actually, you can see the familiarity bar move in front of your eyes when I move it down even slightly from very high tempo. And it's 1-1 now. I did tell you not to get too excited. And we just keep doing what we're doing. We might get a win here, you never know. But like I said, it's a very, very rare day that I actually get a result against West Ham. It's very strange. Doesn't matter who I'm playing for, but I could be playing for Barcelona and I'd still have this problem against West Ham. I don't know why. That's why I actually do it as my beta save, because as West Ham, I don't have to play West Ham. That's the reason why I choose West Ham for the beta save, because I don't have to play West Ham. I got more chance against Liverpool and Manchester City than against West Ham, which is really weird. Kudus is the big problem. So you're going to have to type Mark Kudus. Can't allow that to go on. So here they go. 2-1. No, well done, Meslier. At some point, I'll either get sacked in this save, and that actually probably won't be a bad thing, because then I know it's over. and there's a part of me that just wants it to be over. And the game might get me sacked because I've refused to take all the offers. And it's been telling me you can't stay here. The game's been telling me you cannot stay here. And it's not for the game to decide where I stay. We did say that. I know on to type mark kudos. Said we don't never press. That's silly. I also want to close him down now. Hey James, how you doing? These two, why are they nervous? What's wrong with them? What I could do, I probably need another attacking player. Let's put him on attack. Let's see if that can't make the difference. Probably need another attacking player. We'll see if that makes the difference. I don't think it will. Evening, Callum. How you doing? It was going well. I was 4th in the league and just finished the season. I ended up 10th. I don't know. Has the game got harder? Has it got harder? Have they dropped an update in that we're not aware of? I remember doing the Journeyman save, which took a long time. Actually, it didn't. There was only 10 seasons, but it took a long time because of the recording and the live streaming and I couldn't lose. It was just unbelievable. Every game we played, I couldn't lose. So Tyman's having a bad game today, is he? So Finkruff can come in then. Allende probably wasn't a good pick. And Grenbet. Let's try Aribas. We'll give Aribas a try. Winkler's not doing very well, so Valesco can come on. We'll save one for the inevitable injury. I mean, West Ham have absolutely hammered us. Normally it's the other way around. We've absolutely dominated the game and then lost. But in this case, West Ham have actually hammered us and should be winning this by a street. But we have actually a corner there. Who is it? Dominguez. Well, that's not much good, was it? What happened there? Did he save that or did it hit the post? I think it hit the post again. Unbelievable. We've hit the woodwork 4 times in the time we've been in this episode so far. So 1-1. We don't deserve it, but the way the game is playing out, the worst team wins. Oh, I thought that was going in for a minute. Oh, it's not good. But then beating West Ham is a very, very rare thing. So there you go, 13th. It will be 13th for the entire season. 13th or 14th. He actually did quite well, Newton, on his debut. Next game, they come thick and fast now, don't they? Look at that. That's brilliant. And well, maybe we'll win this one. You never know. Actually, never know. We will always qualify from the group. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. But no matter who you play, you always qualify from the group. And not quite sure why. If I played the youth team, we'd qualify from the group. If I went outside and looked for some people in the car park at Sainsbury's, we would qualify from the group. SI need to look at that, because I don't think there's ever been a save where I've been in a European competition that I have not qualified from the group. Yeah, we'd love to sign him, we just don't have the money. And these geezers gegenpress, so we do exactly the same. I think we should be beating these, so we're going to we'll be balanced, but I'm going to play with the high lines. And then, oh, did I just see that right? My two strikers are not registered, so under 21s, it doesn't matter. They can't play. Winkler can't play. I didn't know that. Oh, well, maybe I'm not going to qualify from the group now. I thought under 21s could play. So the interesting thing is, when I don't have players available, he brings in under 21s to fill up the bench. How come they can play and my under 21s can't play? How does that work? Maybe that's an FM thing. But I'm going to have to play Velasco up front. He's the only option I've got. Mastueno can play up top as well, but it's not a good option. And I don't have enough players for a bench, but that's how it is. Scott isn't fit. Fanguero and Silva. Silva can't play anyway, because I wish I could go back, because now I might not qualify from the group. I don't have a striker. Okay. I'm surprised they haven't complained. Why have you left me out of the... Okay, I didn't know that, but I've learned something tonight. Yeah, the Champions League and the Europa League are dead easy compared to the Premier League. Dead easy. You can before your next match. How the hell do I... Yeah, he's going to, because I left him out. How can I do this now? Somebody's going to have to be left out anyway. No, I can't. It won't... It won't allow me to hit the button. So even if I go clear selection, auto select, there's no changes cannot be confirmed outside the registration window. Oh, let's get sacked. That's why I've been offered all these jobs, because this is what the game is heading to. I get it. It will actually, yeah, another one. There's nothing I can do. Another one. I was absolutely convinced that under 21s can actually play. Wants me to play in a low block, does he? He might be right, actually. But I'm not changing it. No matter what. I'm not interfering with the tactic any way at all. Well, if I leave because I don't have a bench, if I actually left the selection to him, use the squad that he suggests, he'd put a bunch of under 21s on the bench. How does he get away with it and I'm not allowed to? Are we going to win a football match? That's the dumbest thing to tell them. Never press. Let's see. Let's see if Mr. Assistant's low block was the right thing. That's not a good sign. So that's why maybe I've been offered all these jobs, because the game's got me set up for the sack and it gave me an out. And it was going to happen at Notts County. I had the same issues at Notts County, and I was facing the sack in the end when the Bournemouth job came up. Like they were in a division higher than us. Why would they want to hire me midway through the season when I couldn't win a football match? And then it all went nuts at Bournemouth. I lost a dressing room within a few months. We just about managed to keep them in the Premier League, which was what the aim was. But the following season, the dressing room was completely gone. I was facing the sack by Christmas. Still a manager who couldn't win football matches. When we got an offer from Juventus to go and manage in Juventus. Strange, but true. And then Juventus fell apart within a season. And at the end of the season... Oh, brilliant. Goal disallowed. At the end of the season, completely lost the dressing room again. Morale was at the lowest of the low. And I got a job offer and went to Bayern Munich. Still a manager who couldn't win any football matches. Like, why are these big teams wanting to hire a manager who can't win anything? It didn't make any sense. The only two trophies I'd ever won, and that Notts County save, were the League One title and the League Two title, and we won those back to back. And then after that, the whole save fell apart. And this Ipswich save is exactly the same. And that's why I've been offered the jobs. It's just bonkers. It's actually the same. The only difference is that I haven't left. So we could be facing the sack. Which is exactly what happened at Notts County. Well, we're absolutely hammering this lot, but we've only got one goal for our troubles. Mind you, I suppose it's probably easier. It's easier to win this than to lose it. Even any team I put out would win this. They're such a bad team that we're playing. It's almost impossible to lose. But I've told you what, I already know it's going to be quarterfinals or the semi-finals in the Europa League. I already know that. And I am not a prophet, but I am willing to bet anyone $200. That's how it'll work out. And we will get to the semi-final of one of the cup competitions, which will probably be the FA Cup now, because we're out of the League Cup. I don't like this, though, that we've absolutely hammered them and only scored one goal. Never like that, with the whole game, with the whole second half still to come. Would be nice. We're doing well, but we need to shift up a gear. Right, let's go out and see if we can score another one. I bet they score, because they've only had one shot in the entire game. I bet they score. That's what happened. I was talking about that Aston Villa game. Perfect game plan. For 80 minutes, they only had one shot. And we absolutely hammered them. Brighton it was. And they had a second shot then and equalised to make it 1-1. And that was in the 85th minute, just after they'd had a player sent off. Within a minute, we'd gone back 2-1 up. And there was only 4 minutes left then. They were down to 10 men. They had a third shot and scored. And that was in the 91st minute. And I'm like, FM, please stop doing this nonsense. The game plan that I set up was working perfectly. They could not get their wing backs free at all. We had this line of 6 across the back, and they could not work anyone free, and they only managed one shot, and that was from about here, 35 yards out. That's the only shot they had. Oh dear, never mind, it's just a game. I think there's maybe what I just need to tell myself, that this has nothing to do with football, it's just a game. 2-0 win is a 2-0 win though. Probably need to make defensive changes now. And let's bring on a defensive midfielder. Badgetic can go in here. Shore up the defence. And then one more at this stage. Who came off? Oh, it was Mane, wasn't it? Let's bring on Gren back. I don't know who YouTube or you. It seems to be struggling at this point. I've got an excellent connection here. I've got no information at all. It just says excellent connection. So it could be YouTube. Normally I'll get a yellow bar which says not receiving enough data, but I'm not getting that. It just says excellent connection. I think it needs completely redoing, Kagri. That's my opinion. Absolutely, completely needs redoing. They've messed about with it so much over the years that it doesn't make any sense now. They've changed it and changed it, adapted it, changed this, changed that. And in the end, I think they haven't got a clue what they're doing anymore. It's become totally unrecognizable. .36 xG for 2 goals. We're not performing well. I think I might give Badgetic a run at that DLP, just to someone different. He's waited patiently for his chance. Hit the woodwork again. We are so good at hitting the woodwork. Now 5.14, but only scoring twice. That's not good enough. Do we have to play Bayern Munich? Or which ones of these big teams do we have to play? I bet you we have to play Bayern. There's no way we are getting away with that. That should be okay. I think that probably will be okay, whoever they are. Karabag. We should be able to beat them. So hopefully we'll have 9 points by the time we get there. Yeah, there's Bayern. I knew we would have to play Bayern. Hibs. That should be okay. Those are 2 tough games. So we got 5 games that we should win. I know. We are in September 28th, though. And it is quite surprising to see Bayern Munich in the Europa League. It's quite a shock. But I knew we would have to play against Bayern. The good news is we've missed out this midweek game because we are out of the Carabao Cup. So there's a good break for us here. I feel reluctant to praise people because they're just going off on one if I get it wrong. Definitely not telling anybody off. So I'm going to give Badgetic a run at DLP. No matter what team he picks, Badgetic is going to get some game time. He's waited patiently for his chance. So let's give him his chance. He can't do any worse than any of the others. Actually looks like we're on a good run at the moment. How quickly things change. Reset your device. Your phone? What device? I'm really interested, curious now. What device? Because maybe you're having trouble with the YouTube servers. I am getting a little lag in my own demo one now. So it's YouTube servers because I'm still getting my end an excellent connection. There we are, 13th, 14th. So it goes on. Oh, Chelsea. I wonder if I could be the only relegated team to win the Europa League. Spurs and Man United came close to that in real life this year. I'm going to emulate Spurs and Man United this season. Oh, God, these stupid questions. I don't know. If he should be given an international call-up, why don't you ask the international manager? I think it's time to play some players I wouldn't play. Bajcetic is one. Atom is another. Graham-Back needs more playing time. He's not playing very well as the centre mid though. I might have to try him in a different position. Yeah, on the wing. So let's have a look what he's thinking. Let's first of all check the data hub. Wing play, so we need a standard line. We'll step up more. And so if I actually, let's click this. I've got my own thoughts. Use suggested squad. I've got 3 spaces on the bench there. If we now go here, he's brought in these blokes like Jared Pert, Aaron Kinnear, Theo Bennett. These are all under 21s. How come they are allowed to play when my under 21s are not allowed to play? I don't get it. There's something I'm missing, probably. Atom can play as the left back. So he can play as the inverted fullback. And then Missouri needs a game. And we'll get him doing some attacking. Mane and Diamande are the 2 right footers, aren't they? That's not a good idea. Let's put him in. Kieta's not ready yet. Utara can play on the wing. He's not registered. Arribas can play on the wing. Garosibel on the left. Allende can play in here. It has to be Valesco. I don't have anybody else. I could play Franco up there. Let's try Franco. He can do that. Garosibel can't play there though. Can't play there. What's his position then? Oh, it's not Garosibel, is it? I want. It's Graham-Back. What about Theo Bennett? He can't do any worse. The player's already. But look who he's left off the bench. So he's picked a team that I don't even recognise. Mane can play as a centre-back. I actually might play Mane instead of Diamonde just for this game. Give Diamonde a rest. Alex Scott can come on the bench. He can come on the bench for Matthew White. I've never heard of him. Newerton can come on the bench for Kennedy, who I've never heard of. And Valesco for that guy I've never heard of. João Gomez can play. So let's rotate the team a little bit. We shouldn't really have any problem against this lot, but I'm guessing we've won, one drawn, one. Things are going a little bit too well for this save. We do have Chelsea and Liverpool coming up next. And I will do instant result for Liverpool, just out of respect for Jota. We won't play the Liverpool game. And we should... Now, I'm going with my team. Yep, let's play positive. I'm already on a higher tempo. How much higher can it go? We should be playing at a higher... We are. I can't go any higher. I think we'll be happy with that. Hopefully we'll get another result. 6 points pretty much guarantees you're going to qualify then. Let's do that one. They have responded to that in the past, but it's not making much difference at the moment. But let's try it again. Again, the never press. We don't do that nonsense. In Europe, we will qualify from the Europa League. I think the media are expecting us to do quite well in Europe. I can't believe I left both strikers on the bench, though, unregistered. I think I just, like, in the future, I'm just going to hit auto-select. Because I don't know the rules. I mean, that surely can't be right that under-21s can't play. They're putting it about a bit, this team, aren't they? They're not afraid to throw their bodies at you. I wonder if they might give away a penalty later. Why have we got 4 points? We've actually at this point in time got 6 points, but yet that little pop-up said I've got 4 points. Let's just check that. We have 6 points. Glitches in the game, huh? Fun fact, Franco is playing under 19s in Real Madrid. He is apparently a very good player. Expected to become, in real life, a very good player. I know he's a bit overpowered in FM. I just brought him in. Didn't really know who he was at the time, but I liked his attributes for a youngster. And brought him in. It was only later when I was in some forums and they were like, people were saying like, how do you sign that Mastueno? I can't seem to get to sign him. And I brought him in for a song, I think 4.5 million. So I don't know whether I was lucky to be able to sign him at that price. But we've done okay. But he's not played very well. He has had a couple of injuries, in all fairness. But when he's been playing, he's not done that well. Same as Winkler and the same as Silva. They just have not played very well. And they're all supposed to be really good footballers. Players that I brought in, like Dominguez, they're not great footballers. But they do have good mentals, which should secure Premier League. Bajcetic is a late developer. We know that from Newcastle. So we're just waiting for him to develop. He will become a 4.5-star player. So we're waiting for him. But it's usually, I think, 25, 26. So he's got about 2 years left before he develops suddenly into this very good player. But I want to, at this point in time, because I don't have the DLP that I want to be playing there, I'm going to give him some game time. All right, let's go and score a couple more goals, boys. We'll be on an unbeaten run of 3 games then. That'll be awesome. Rob Taff, good to see you. Thank you so much. Don't even play the game anymore. Did try the game in the year. Why did you try it and then quit, Rob Taff? I just think it's much easier than... I can't do all these buttons. I just have never been able to do that. So Football Manager was perfect for me because all I do is tactics, and that's much better than actually playing the game. What was it that made you stop playing, though? I'm curious. 2-0. We'll take 2-0. That's fine. But we can do better than 2-0, boys. What's our XG again? XG isn't actually that great, so we're overperforming our XG. Oh, brilliant. Okay, it's not over yet, is it? Who gave away the ball then? Who was that? My best defender. Okay, maybe what I need to do is stop them playing out of defence. They're not good enough, are they? Let's take that off. You are not good enough, and I'm going to take things off if you prove to be not good enough. So maybe he's getting tired anyway. He's actually having a good game. So he hasn't been blamed for that. Bajcetic is having a good game, which is good. Atom's having a terrible game. Let's bring Timon on. Let's have him attacking. That might be half the problem. I'm going to play him as a winger on attack for a change. Just see if that makes a difference. He's not playing very well, but it's not really his fault. So we will bring on actually Newerton. Missouri's playing quite well. I don't want to take him off. What I could do... Alande's not doing too bad, so I actually am going to leave it at that for now. I was really into Sensible World of Soccer at one point. All right. Okay. The manager in EA in FIFA is much simpler than this, but it takes a while to learn this. But you can't unlearn it. That's the thing. I think it might be offside, Sunshine. The referee's turned his back on it, so it obviously counts. It was a lovely pass. Whoever made the pass. Ari Bass is a lovely pass. And Franco has got the goal. Welcome back, Callum. That might have been the problem when you were in earlier, Callum, because I'm not getting any problems here. It just says excellent connection. Right. There must be tired players out there now. Like Missouri. Badgetic, who's had a very good game. And I do feel like I want to give him a run. Scott can come in there now for a few minutes. Mane is looking tired. Renault probably needs a rest. So Diamonde can come on there now. It's 3-1. We should be okay at 3-1. Done. Job done. So Europe is so easy. So we are in 4th on 6 points. 6 points. Give another 3 in the next game. We'll be pretty much job done. Schedule. Where's the schedule? That's a good run. And now Chelsea. Oh boy, oh boy. Chelsea, I think, will do a low block. And they will, I think, play control possession, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So we need a high line with a low block. That's what we're going to do against the big teams. The team, I'm not sure yet. But I do know that it will be soon. It'll be Sunday, won't it? So we need to rest the players. And we'll go on to Chelsea. We are at home, though, against Chelsea, and Chelsea are not doing that great, are they? So I don't know. Let's play high up the pitch, because they're not performing any better than us, really. Let's go and give them a game. Team selection becomes important here. Players who've been rested. Timon for one. He can play as a winger on attack. Timon for one. Diamonde comes back into the team. Mane can come on instead of Missouri. And yeah, he can do that. He's not very good at crossing, though, Mane. And Badgetic can keep his place. João Gomez. I'm going to play João Gomez as a ball winner. even a box to box. Box to box would be a good role for him. I don't think he's comfortable playing as the centre mid. And then we might play Alex Scott. Arribas played well. Allende because he's allegedly a free kick specialist. Silva is injured. And Winkler can come in. Franco probably needs to start ahead of Scott. So now I've got a bench as well. Missouri instead of Garosabal. And where's my left back? Finkgraf. At I don't need both Missouri and Garosabal. Chieta, Grenbach, Newerton. Newerton can play instead of Allende. Allende. Where's my other winger? Arribas. Utara. Utara, Allende, and just finally Velasco. And that's the bench done. So they are rested players now. So hopefully, hopefully we can get a result. Who knows? It's games like this that we generally tend to do better in than we do against teams like Norwich or Burnley. You just never know what's going to happen in these. Yeah, I mean, he is... I'm thinking about it. Like, do I play him as a striker, or he's better playing here? His movement is really good in this position. And those two are now good players. So I'm probably just going to leave him as the attacking mid. I know it's going to put Scott's nose out of joint. But if Winkler doesn't play well against Chelsea, then I will play Franco up top. So he doesn't disagree with me, but he wants to leave him out. I'm not leaving him out. Oh, all these players that I have being left out of their international teams as well. Oh my God. Pretty much all of them. This is a very, very strange save. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United to come. But Chelsea are not really doing that much better than we are at this stage. And we need some points from somewhere in this lot. Where are we? Oh, down in 17th now. Maybe this is a relegation survival season. But I'm still going to say we're going to finish in 13th or 14th. So we need some points against these teams. Now, Scott's only... he's restricted to 45. And what does he want? I'm doing a higher tempo. I can't get any higher than that. What does he want? See, he's put it down to slightly higher. They don't like that. They want to play at a higher tempo. Why has he pulled it down? See, they don't like it. They want to play at a high tempo. Now it'll show fluid. There you go. It's much better now. So he told me play at a high tempo and then he reduced the tempo. Assistant managers. So I think, yeah, Franco, I have to play Winkler. Otherwise, we might as well just sell those two strikers, those two wonder kids. So, I've got to give him his chance. Got to give both of them enough game time. And Franco can sit in behind them. Scott can play as the DLP until the other boy is fit. Bajetic will have a run of games because he deserves it. This never press thing. Oh, Bajetic, I'd have expected you to score there. Are we going to be the better team against Chelsea and lose? I'm quite sure why you showed that highlight, to be fair. It's not really a big highlight, the goalkeeper catching a corner. Just to show that we're not going to score a goal, I guess. But we've had our chances in the highlights now. Bajetic should have scored. Now, come on, Winkler, do something. Show me that you actually are a wonder kid and the game's not lying to me. Is he offside? He looked offside to me. He did look offside to me, unfortunately. Which is a bad sign if he is offside. Yeah. It's just the game telling me once again you're going to be the better team but not win. He's a yard offside. See, at this higher tempo, they pass it quite well. And you'd think that the possession-wise, we wouldn't have the ball playing at this tempo. With passes complete at 94%. I don't get it, why they prefer to pass at this high tempo. That's an incredibly high pass completion percentage. Well, again, we've been the better team, but we are not going to win this. When I'm the better team like this, I know I haven't got a chance. But we need points from somewhere, that's for sure. Because once again, we can't bribe our way to points in the Premier League. Once again. I think we've limited Chelsea to one shot, have we? Yeah. But it doesn't mean anything. It just means they're going to score later. Like now. Told you. Oh, FM, you're just so predictable. I told right at the beginning. When Bajetic missed and we had a disallowed goal, that's it. That's the game telling me we're not winning this. Ah, God. Yeah, but it is going to be a relegation season, isn't it? Because we're not getting any points against Liverpool or Manchester United, that's for sure. Look how much we've absolutely thrashed them. Oh, come on, FM. Enough of this nonsense now. It's just beyond a joke. Let's move Franco up. Per many 1 from 10, I suppose. And Allende's been in form. This centre mid position is an issue. Nobody's playing well there. Yeah, Mane's gone now as well. It's just beyond a joke. And they're not training injuries. They're all happening in-game. So they're not training injuries. Timon comes on and makes a mistake. I think I probably need to drop the line. They're getting out wide. Oh, this is a horrid save. I just really don't want to do it, but I just can't quit because I'm not playing on my own. If I was just playing this, if I wasn't doing this for YouTube, I'd have scrapped this a long time ago because it's pointless. Chelsea, 3 shots, 3 on target. We've absolutely annihilated them, in all honesty, but that's the way this game has gone for me. Diamonde has been terrible. There's nothing I can do now. We got to chase it. We got to chase it. Oh, make it 3. 4 shots, 4 on target, 3 goals. Why not? There it is. Woof. How come that wasn't on target? That looked on target to me. That's it. Another home defeat. Where are we now? I don't know. I missed that. I think we are 17th, aren't we? We got a relegation season, haven't we? 6 weeks. Two to 3 weeks for 2 of them. All in-game injuries as well. They're not training injuries. They're all in-game. Have I got an actual team left? Yeah, I thought that run was going on for a bit long. 3 games. Liverpool, Manchester United now. Right, the Liverpool game. I'm going to go into a low block for these games. And yeah, we'll just be balanced. We'll just play imbalanced and we'll do an instant result on this. That will save me the pain of having to watch it anyway. This is, I'm honestly, Callum, this is so predictable. Like I called it, once Badger missed, and we followed that up with a disallowed goal, that was a defeat. You can call it at that point. Despite the fact that Chelsea had only had one shot, I knew they were going to score at some point. It's just like, this save is absolutely ridiculous. And still, by the end, we were marginally the better team and lost 2-0. And it's been doing that all last season and all this season so far. We are the better team and we're losing games. It's just having a laugh. I wonder how many players will get injured on international duty now. Because now there's an international break, isn't it? Who's actually out at the moment? Newerton, Mane, Silva, Fanguero. They're all key players for me. Let's try it. One of them will complain. Two of them complained. That didn't work. Let's try it with Winkler. You just haven't been bloody good enough. That's why you should have a reduced. He's okay with that. Timon probably is one of those who needs to be sold. He's gone backwards in the last season and a half. Probably does need to be sold. And he's a whinger as well. A real whinger. It's a strange save, Callum. And like, if you remember last season, we were the better team in pretty much most of the games. But we kept losing. It's just like, it's, I don't know what the game is trying to prove. I really don't. Unless this is the top difficulty level. Because I nearly threw my PC out of the window with Notts County when it happened in Notts County. And it's exactly the same. Only in Notts County I moved. But I don't know why big clubs would come and try to sign a manager who can't win matches. And they've all come in. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Manchester United, all the big clubs. Juventus came sniffing around. Like, why? I haven't won anything. I can't even win a single football match in the Prem. Why are they wanting to sign me? I think it's time in January. Replacement left back. Another striker. And then I've got these two. Winkler, who are wonder kids. What do I do with them? Do I just get rid of them? Silver, another one. What do I do? Just sell them? Give in to the game and sell them? What I haven't actually tried is playing them both together. So we could... I suppose we could... We could go to a 5-3-2 and then I could play them together. I know this tactic works. This was the tactic that won in South America with Coritiba. I think I might do it. What the hell? I've got nothing to lose, have I? Absolutely nothing to lose. Mane can't play as the... But Missouri can. And we can then... I don't know what to do with Newerton, though. Can he play in the middle? Yeah, he's fine to play. But there's no spot for Newerton if I do this. So I don't want to do that. As I've just spent a lot of money on him and there's no place in the team for him. You could do aggressive change, so your worst striker, then bring in a new one and keep the best. Yeah, and I don't know who is the worst of Winkler and Silva. They're two young wonder kids, and they are absolute terrible footballers, the pair of them. I don't know who's worse, to be honest. I'm actually happy that Silva is injured, so he's not in the way. Why am I not allowed? Oh, they're on international duty. Well, that's what that is. Oh, we just keep going. I'm tired of trying to influence the game. I've spent a season and a half trying to do it. More than that, nearly 2 seasons trying to influence the game. But I always finish in 13th or 14th anyway. So what's the point? Let's not try and influence the game. Let's just let the game do what it wants to do. And if we are in a relegation battle and we just survive, then we are not going to be in Europe next season. And that's what I've wanted for so long, not to be in Europe. So they wouldn't have to play so many games. We could reduce the squad down. They could get used to each other. They probably would be less tired and they would get better results. That would be the plan. Let the other teams play in Europe and get all those games. Got another injury. It's only a small one, though. Don't panic. I really am at my wit's end. I thought that the secret to it might be to allow, not to do too many transfers and allow them to play together. That's not worked either. I don't know what the solution to this is. Apparently I have 2 players who are bringing morale down. But I don't know who they are. I have no idea who they are. It doesn't say anywhere. Garosibel is approaching the end of his career. Good. So I've stopped trying to influence it. I don't know what it is. All I know is that it is the most ridiculous thing I've ever come across. Because it's a total block. You are not going past here. No matter what you do, you can sign all the wonder kids you like. You are not going past here. And I signed what I thought was a good wonder kid. He's been injured for 5 months. Probably means his career's over. So it's like the block. You are not going past this. And that's why it's giving me the options to leave. And I'm not taking them. And so the block is getting harder. Whereas in the Notts County save, I got so fed up and angry, I took the first option out. And what was interesting about the Notts County one was that I didn't even apply for the job at Bournemouth. I was facing the sack when they approached me, offered me an interview. I went to the interview, and within 3 days, they'd hired me. It was that quick. The whole thing didn't make any sense. It was the same when Juventus hired me. I didn't apply for the job, if you remember. They just came and asked me if I wanted to work for them. I went to the interview and it was the same. Within 3 days, we'd signed the contract. This whole thing does not make sense, and this is mirroring it. Only this time I haven't left. But I'll argue that it is not for SI to decide who I manage. And you can't just put a block there because I'm refusing to leave. It's for me to decide who I want to manage, not for the game. I've never come across anything as ridiculous as this in my life. And we could actually be in the drop zone after the next couple of fixtures. I still think we'll be 13th or 14th at the end of the season. But with Liverpool, Man United, Aston Villa now, we could well be in the drop zone. Have I got any players back? Have I got tired players who've come back from international duty? Got one there. He's injured though. He's injured. He's injured. Nobody's back yet. So what the board's saying, job is stable. I think they're going to play a tiki-taka, aren't they? Yeah. So that just needs a high line. So we'll play in the low block with the high line. We'll regroup. We're not going to play out of defence. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to allow them to play at the tempo they want. We'll be more disciplined. And that's that. In fact, for this one, just had a thought. The inverted fullback isn't really going to make any difference. So we'll have an inverted wing back coming into the middle area. Now it's time to pick the team. Grenbach has to play. But he's out of form. He's really out of form. Well, Newerton will go. Oh, he's injured. Bloody hell. Dominguez can come in there. Utara on the wing. Arribas can come in there. He's not fit. He's injured, isn't he? Oh, bollocks. Arribas can go on the wing then. Where's Mastueno? Is he still injured? Where's he gone? Has he disappeared from my squad? Where the hell's he gone? Oh, there he is. What's he doing at DLP? So we'll put him up top. Arribas in here. Newerton in here. But he can't play, so it'd have to be Grenbach. Dominguez and Bajcetic. Alex Scott should be fit now. We've got to get Alex Scott up and running. Winkler can come on the bench. João Gomez on the bench. Garosibel will have to go on the bench. The rest are out. Diamonde's still on international duty, is he? Which means he's not going to be fit. Still on international duty. Well, he's going to be on international duty till then, and he's not going to be fit for Liverpool. So I can't give him a rest day, even if he's back now. I'm going to do it anyway, because we're either going to be able to play him or we're not. So let's give him a rest day. He's either going to be available or he's not. He's either going to be available or resting. So this game we're not going to watch because out of respect for Jota. It'll be odd even seeing his name on the team sheet there. It'll be very strange. And at least the board are very realistic. Every game we've come up against, apart from Europe, they've said we're going to lose. At least the board are being realistic. Garosibel only just fit. Newerton 75 minutes. So I think we probably could put Newerton in. He's probably capable of playing. And that means we change the bench around a little bit. Garosibel can go out now. Ooh, Fanguero's made a remarkable recovery. Grembach can play in here, can't he? Arribas for Winkler. Anybody not fit? Mane. Garosibel's not fit either. Bajcetic is a right back. Silver is fit again, is he? Not that that makes any difference. All right, let's just do this. Do that. Let's go cautious. And let's hit this button. And that'll be job done. I do hope they do a patch, that SI do a patch and take him actually out of the game. They don't have to make a big fuss about it. Holy shit, 1-1. They don't have to make a big fuss about it. Just take him out of the game quietly. And people won't feel bad playing Liverpool then. I don't know, will you guys? I don't know if I'm being oversensitive. But would you guys be the same about playing against Liverpool? I just feel, I would feel uncomfortable about it. And that way I didn't get to see anything about him. It would just make me very uncomfortable. Oh, we've got another injury. Oh, God. Newerton on form. He's actually come in and done well, this boy. We need a few more like him. Still chasing the first win in 6. But if you notice, we've moved up to 13th again. How correct am I? We're back up to 13th with that draw. I think we'll do exactly the same against Man United. We'll go into the low block and we might as well. No, we're at home, so we'll be balanced. We were away at Liverpool. And we'll play this one and the last one then. God, it's relentless. Oh my goodness me, what am I doing? Right, control. And anybody else need a rest? Alande. Nobody else. So we do better. Actually, it might be a good idea if I went on a holiday. I'm actually doing better when I don't play the match. That's really weird. He's no longer concerned. Okay, that means I can drop you a couple of times because you're not playing very well. Yeah, you would feel uncomfortable, James. I would feel. That's why I had to instant result it, because I would just feel awful. And I don't think I will actually get any better in that regard. I don't think it will actually get to feel any better. So although they're playing with a gegenpress, they're not very good at long shots. So I could leave space for them. So I will play with a standard line, even though it's a gegenpress. Oh, who's injured now? Silva's injured again. Well, that's it, FM. You've done me in. I don't have anybody to replace him. Oh, Winkler's okay. He might actually tell me to play cautiously again. Although United are not running away with league titles here. Oh, come on. Another 5-week injury. Come on, FM. This is getting stupid. Okay, Atom is going to get some game time. Mane's still not fit. I guess I'll have to play Badgertich when push comes to shove. Garosibal, Finkgraf. Who does he come in for, though? Winkler. So what actually, having a thought here, Keita is an important player. He's got to play. João Gomez is an important player. Has to play. Newerton is not fit. I had a feeling he wouldn't be. That gives Allende. Arribas can come in instead of... because allegedly he is improving. So is he going to suggest that I play cautious for this one? It's an interesting team selection, but I'm going to play Franco up front. Who scored the goal against Liverpool? Yeah, Franco. I think he played up top, didn't he? Yeah. So I'm going to play him up top. He seems to be the best of a bad bunch at the moment. Expectations, a draw. You're having a laugh. No, he doesn't want me to go cautious. Play for set pieces is fair enough. Right, let's see how we get on against Liverpool and Man United. Let's see what happens. We are currently in 13th. Where will we be at the end of it? Who is that? Otara. Not very speedy there, Sunshine, were you? You weren't making much of an effort. Oh, that's a defeat then. That's a guaranteed defeat now. We've hit the post in the early minutes. Oh, you are kidding me. You are kidding me. How many am I going to get injured? And they're not training injuries. They're all in game. I just don't understand what the game is doing. I really, really don't. But at least I know we're going to lose this one now because we've hit the post early on. There we go. I did tell you, I can predict this. If we hit the post early on, we're going to lose. Or if we have a disallowed goal early in the first 15 minutes, we're going to lose. Fair enough, I suppose. At least the game's telling me early on what's happening. Can't argue with that. At least it's letting me know. Where are we now? 14th. And that's where we live. And that's where we've lived for 3 seasons. Giving away a penalty. Oh, that makes a change. Look at the shape we're in. It's absolutely chronic. What on earth is going on? Look at this shape. What What is going on here? I'm going to have a look at that. It actually doesn't look that bad without the ball. Except that they're too close together. With the ball, though, they're not very close together. The being close together, I guess, is to do with the low block. Or he's not covering back. But Arribas is beyond him. So the attacking mid has gone beyond. That's interesting. Shapes all over the place. So Arribas, playing on a support duty, is playing way in advance of the advance forward. Oh, actually, Arribas is injured. It might explain it then. Let's try that way. Meslier 6.5. What's happened? All right, Valesco can play. I just don't know. I just give up. It's pointless trying to. You're doing well. You're doing well. You're absolutely rubbish. And if you notice, it's the biggest problems we're having is when we're at home. It's not when we're away. So we're chasing the game now. I'm going to press more often. Since we are chasing the game. There's too many support duties, isn't there? Okay. That's a pen. He hasn't given it though, but there's still a goal. I don't know what's happened to my defence. They've become appalling. They were really good last season. They kept me in the league, my defence. And now they can't defend to save their lives. Oh boy. That's because I went positive. This team cannot play in positive mentality. I've tried it so many times and they always concede goals within seconds of me going into that mentality. I don't know what it is. Newerton's done. Velasco can play there. But then I'll have to keep Master Twaino. Put Scott in there. Did I just take Newerton off? What did I do that for? Oh, I'm just confused. It'll upset all the players again. Home games are the problem, aren't they? I don't want a consolation FM. That would be stupid. Is this consolation supposed to make me feel happy, is it? Oh, it didn't go in anyway. By season 6, we should be challenging teams like Man United. We should be, by season 6, beating United regularly. Oh, 14th now. It's funny how it's keeping us there, isn't it? Harry Bass, 5 weeks. I just don't believe it. The squad are not happy with my management of the team. Your team talk on against United was too harsh. Oh, for God's sake. Apparently some of you aren't. Your team talks have been confusing and concerning some of us. I think that's rather pathetic, to be honest. Open news looks like Elang Niall signing. I don't get that one, James. I'll make it happen. I'm just too bloody tired to... So they don't like being told off, do they? They really react badly to being told off. So we're starting to figure out they don't like being told off. And they're going to react badly if they get told off. Starting to figure that out. So we just don't tell them off. We just tell them they're fantastic. Oh, come on. I can't believe that I'm doing a save that I am actually hating. It's really weird to be doing this. I'm hating every minute of it. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I'd have just given up playing the game totally for a long time. 4 days, yeah. Right, what time is it? 10:30. We've point the finger out too long enough. Elanga, it's time for Newcastle. Elanga is going to sign for Newcastle. Did I hear that right? Read that right? Well, I'm surprised because I don't think they needed a left wing. They needed a right winger. So what have we done today? We drew with West Ham, then won the 2 Europa League games and not won since. This is insane because we always will do well in the Europa League or the Conference League last time or the Champions League. We do fine. We cannot buy any points in the Premier League for love nor money. And this happens season after season after season. And I can't figure it out. It's just absolutely insane. But the really insane part is, even though we can't win a football match, we are still in 14th. And I predicted at the beginning of the episode that we will finish the season in 13th or 14th. I can even predict the games now, because if we hit the post or have a goal disallowed in the first 15 minutes, we are going to lose the game. It's just become the most insane thing that I've ever seen in my life. I guess we're going to have to try something, Stephen. I don't know what, though. Should I play my most determined players? So if I go and look at my squad and rank them by determination, do I play these boys before anybody else? So I've got a team with lots of determination, but looking at the bottom half of it, the guys without determination are my best players, allegedly. So do I go on determination and work great? I mean, like players like Winkler, he's got great determination and work great. Another one would be Scott. Determination 17, work rate 13 isn't great. So then you have players like Mane, good determination. Even Stankovic instead of Meslier. Gomez has good work rate and good determination. And here's another one, Dominguez. Is that what I need to do? Is that what I need to focus on and forget about whether they're good or bad? Just put the players with determination in there. I mean, you can see the squad is not lacking determination, work rate, and teamwork. And those are three very, very important things when you are struggling in the Prem. Those are the three things you must have: determination, work rate, and teamwork. They are not lacking those three things. We've built a squad making sure that they have those three things. So what's going on? We have this very, very serious block. The game has just blocked me, basically, from ever getting above here. Now, I've signed Newerton, who's a very good player, and it wouldn't surprise me to see that he's actually top of the average ratings. Do I eventually have to get rid of every single member of this team and replace them one by one? It's going to take 20 years. It's like... and also, like, the game offered me the Bayern job, it offered me the Manchester United job, it offered me the Manchester City job, and I refused them all. The game is saying this is ended. Basically, here's your chance to get out. This save with Ipswich is over. We are blocking it. And that's what the game is saying. And you've been given 7 chances to get out with all these top teams. But I would argue it is not for the game to tell me who I should manage. The game should just stay with Ipswich. It should not have this block here that I cannot get over. I don't want to move. And it's like the game is forcing me to move, or that's it. With Ipswich, you're doing nothing. And that's not how I want Football Manager to be. It's just definitely not. The game has decided Ipswich is over, you have to get out. That is what has actually happened. So there is this block. And I've called it already. That we will finish in 13th or 14th. Because that is where we are, or where we're going to live. And that's why the game's saying, get out. I'm offering you all these jobs and you're refusing to go. So you're not moving anywhere with Ipswich. The game should not be deciding that. I've played a game more than all the other teams. I don't know why. Seems a bit weird, that. So anyway, enough. Finish the series and let's find something else to do. I mean, the thing is, I don't want to, James, just let the game win. The game has to relent, surely. It has to say, okay, you've been persistent over the years, you've suffered enough now, let's allow you to play the game. Otherwise, what is the point of buying it? If the game is going to make a decision like this, what is the point of buying it? There isn't any point. And I object to the game making decisions for me. Do you know what? Supreme, I've just finished the playing one of them. I'm going to upload that as a video. But it's another supreme example of the game being the game. But I'll upload that as soon as possible. It's just sometimes the game makes me despair. It does. It makes me despair. I think in that Villa game we had about 30 shots. And I'll just watch it. So even that, the game is starting to make decisions because we were doing too well. And the game's starting to make decisions all by itself now. We're not going to do that well. And this game is beginning to annoy me something really terribly. I think it's Supreme. I think it really has something to do with the manager profile. I'm starting to think that if you don't change your manager profile ever, like I never have done, then you build up success. And that goes on your manager profile. It doesn't look at it as an individual save. Everything is collected together under that manager profile. So the more trophies you win, and I've won about 50 since FM 24 began nearly 2 years ago. So all those trophies are starting to count against me now because the level of difficulty for that particular manager profile has gone through the roof. Whereas if you change your manager profile every save, it thinks it's a new player. So I'm going to, at the end of this season, if we do finish in exactly where I predicted, then I probably will ditch this because there's no point. And then what I will do is start a new manager profile. And then it thinks I'm a new player. So my experience level and difficulty rating won't be through the roof then. It will be right back at baseline. I object to the game making decisions for me. And this save is making decisions for me. If you don't take the job, you are going to suffer. And I've offered you 8 really good jobs now over the last 6 months. You've refused to take them, so you are going to suffer. That's basically what it's doing. So I object to a piece of computer software having the power to make those decisions. Anyway, enough. I need a cup of tea, and I'm going to do these as often as possible. I want to get the season out of the way. But Wednesday, I think, is the PSG and Real Madrid semi-final, which is on Channel 5. So I'll probably watch that, so I won't do Wednesday. So we'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday, and then we'll be back on Thursday and Friday, and then I will keep going until this season is done. And once this season's done, we can make a decision, because I do think this save is finished. It's not allowing me to go any further. And if I bring in good players like Fanguera, it injures them for 5 months. I'm surprised Newerton hasn't been injured yet. He'll be next. Right, okay. Thanks for coming along, guys. Appreciate it. Don't forget, if you're sitting there, I've only got 6 likes, 181 views, and only 6 likes. Maybe I rant too much. Maybe I don't like the game too much, and therefore people don't like. So, I will come back tomorrow night, and we'll do another 5 games, see where we get to. Willing to bet, though, we'll be around here in the league. Yeah, definitely, Supreme. But I'm just actually surprised he hasn't been injured yet. He's injured everybody else. Okay, see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks for coming, guys. Take care, be safe. See you tomorrow.